That is a crazy statement.
We get into game number 1 here on Demon Island. Gonna move past that as I continue to be the #1 Ulgrim fan maybe on the casting desk. We got the nair there from Ryze. Ryze starting off really, really well on the spear. You like to see that for sure. Taking as much space as he can so his teammate can be comfortable on the ground. Red team looking to stop any sort of control though as they get a big string there. Double end light sent off stage. Both of the red team members. Propeller, the big down stick there. The vortex comes out.
Trying to put in the washing machine and could not get a home. Ryze being sent out. Soul's going to go ahead and stop his force and bring him back over. Now, both of them looking for weapons. Soul's going to go ahead and pick up the axe. Ryze, little recovery team damage. They were going to catch a Sair from the bow. Ryze in trouble. Where you going? There's no options except a knockout. And that is going to be a very clean stock for Aquatic and Sweatymeat starting off game number 1, PJ.
Scary there too as Ryze, gets KO'd. It takes a while for him to actually get KO'd. It sets his teammate up in a bad spot. But the blue team getting a semblance of control there. Nice little sidelight into the immediate end sig. It's good to go for those big reads early on in the set when you can definitely get away with them. Soul getting the big sidelight there. Jumps over with the down air, sends Sweatymeat back into the stage. The end light sends away. Gets his teammate in the process though. And we got some very big scramble center stage. Both the red team and blue team members take a 1v1. Ryze getting sent low. The side air flies in onto Soul. A sidelight from Ryze puts Aquatic now back on the side of the stage. And it's complete chaos in Demon Island right now. They're trading positions a lot.
Yeah, chaos is definitely a very good word. This is actually kind of hard to follow. His Aquatic is being saired over to the left side of the stage. Sweatymeat with no weapon to be found. There's the drop. What does he have? He had the Axe Prime. Laying down the down sig, and nobody is going to fall for it. Little team damage again from Soul and Ryze. We're going to have to take a look at that stat at the end of this, see what those team damage numbers are. Okay, Soul, they have stage control here. Weapon throw out. He's left with nothing. Sweatymeat in the middle with the hammer. Get caught with the D-Light in the recovery. It was enough to send him to the top of Demon Island.
Ryze and Soul looking very, very confident here to hold on to this lead. It's a slight one, though, because Taros can come in with a down sig like that and easily close out a stock. The weapon toss coming out. Aquatic with a big downlight into side air is going to be able to isolate that 2v1 onto Ryze as well, as they put everybody back onto last stock here. Very close game is what we predicted and what we see in game number 1. Blue team, though, with a lot of stage control there. I like that nair into downer onto the bow. Aquatic fights right back, though, as we see a big ground pound off the end light from Sweatymeat. Sweatymeat juggling with the grapple hammer, and it's looking really, really good for the red team, but the blue team fight right back to the stage. A big recovery onto Ryze, though. Ryze getting hit by the weapon toss. It's scary.
That could have been bad for Ryze. He slid out there. Not something you really normally want to do against a hammer. All right, the Sair from Sweatymeat's going to send Ryze all the way off to the left side. Caught him with the neutral sig, and that's going to be very, very problematic for Ryze right now, especially when you get pogoed on the top of the dome. Back up on stage, though. No weapon to be found. Ooh, hit him with the breakdance. And going to confirm that last stock on Aquatic. It is all up to Sweatymeat in this 2v1 if he wants to get game number 1 for him and his team.
We've seen this movie before. It showed many times in our hometown. It's easy for a Taros to 2v1. All he needs to do is take that first stock, looking for the nair there. Gets it. It doesn't KO, though. That's a big opportunity. And what a bait from Sweatymeat. No. D-Light into nothing, but it doesn't matter because Ryze, GC D-Light into recovery unarmed, is able to close out that game and clinch it for the blue team. That was such a smart bait. Hits the D-Light, baits that he's going to go for a side air, doesn't go for the side air, and then Ryze actually KOs his own teammate in the process. Really, really, really smart stuff, but it doesn't work out. I don't know if it was a team KO or if Sweaty was able to get a nair there. I'm not too sure. I don't remember, but it was really close. We'll see it here. D-Light into nothing. It was a team KO, and then he gets a nair to trade it out. But man, if he hits that side air, he wins the game. That was so close.
Yeah, that was definitely a gamble. I do want to take a look as we get in here. These team damage numbers: Soul 64 team damage against his teammate, Ryze 26, and pretty much the same thing over on Sweatymeat's team as well, with Aquatic with 78 team damage against his teammate.
Wow. That team damage stat so important, especially early on in the bracket where teams aren't as experienced or as tenured as the other ones in the top seed. You see how much that team damage can play into effect here. See the down air onto Ryze, the end light from Sweatymeat there, but both blue and red team members getting caught in a cross-team combo. Recovery comes in there. Aquatic with the end light there, D-Light and to end light onto Ryze. The damage build really, really great for the red team, but they're forced to put themselves in the corner, and it doesn't work out. Ryze is able to fight them back in that corner. The D-Light and the down six come out, but Soul swings right back in with that side air and a KO's first KO, going over to the blue team with a GC breakdance, double KO to the side of Soul.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see these other two stocks fall off pretty quickly as well. Kind of a deja vu between game number 1, really, as we were keeping things super close, super tight here. Okay, Soul gonna go ahead and work his way back over to the right. Aquatic gets underneath him with the recovery. Can he hit him again? No, the neutral sig is gonna go ahead and whiff, but that recovery is gonna be enough. That's gonna be the stock off of Soul. Now Ryze, 2v1 situation. Red team not able to get things together enough to set up a 2v1 combo.
They set up a big juggle onto Aquatic, and with
hell.
the assistance of his own teammate, the GC NSIG takes it off the top in another 2v1 combo, and the red team have cracked through the code of the blue team as they now have a stock lead. The D6 comes out, but gets interrupted by Soul. What an unfortunate drop there.
He hit that so high in the air, bro.
It was crazy.
That
Off
was
of
the
his own
gravity
teammate's
cancel of all
recovery.
gravity cancels. Side light, okay, D-Light, go ahead and connect. Sweaty whiffing on the side, caught Ryze in that one.
Hey, landing side air there with the weapon toss as well. GC D-Light into the Nair is able to confirm that stock, and now both the blue team members with a very catastrophic team assisted
Catastrophic
KO.
is crazy.
That's a big down tick connection, though. The blue team happy to figure out a way to close out those stocks quickly. Side air into weapon toss. No weapon toss. Ryze looking for that edge guard, but instead Aquatic waits to pick up the weapon because he was stuck between both blue team members. He didn't want to get hit by a team combo there. Very smart.
All right, Sweaty now back on the axe. Side light from the bow is going to send it back off his pointer. Okay, there we go. Weapon throw up. Aquatic trying to get back up on stage. He gets caught with the D-Sig. That Sair is going to end the spell the end of the second stock for Sweaty. Now Aquatic, he needs to stay conscious. Oof. Okay, Sweat beads out from Sweaty.
No. Did he touch? Yeah, he did touch. He gets the recovery back onto the wall. The blue team, though, with all of the stage control, they could want the side air on their own teammate into the opponent's propeller downwards, and that's the down stick to almost KO from off the top. Soul and Ryze in a great position here to close out this game.
They certainly are, and that'll put them up a 2-0 if they can get it done here. Ryze holding on to that stock, only 84 damage. He is super, super healthy, but now it is a 2v1 against a Sweaty here. Weapon throws out, they both whiffed. Soul gonna hold his ground. We see the down stick come out. Sweaty saw it coming, but that is not gonna be survivable as Ryze is gonna go ahead and confirm that final stock. 597 damage coming off of that bow, and that is gonna put them up 2-0.
Absolutely, and that's crazy they were able to win after that very unfortunate forfeit of a stock, I mean, to an extent there. I think we'll see it here in this clip. Yeah, we will. You see the chase dodge up, and your own teammate sets up. That's so unfortunate. And that's a very common thing on the support Kaya. You try to like interrupt the opponent's team combos with Nair. It's a really good option because it sends everybody in opposite directions, especially if you get between two people. But there, it just ended up your teammate getting KO'd. But they still won the game, so it's no harm, no foul. They're going to be moving with stride into game number 3 here on Demon Island. No soft platforms to be seen. And if we're seeing more of what we saw in the last, this should be a quick 3-0 for Ryze, so they are very dominant here.
They are, and it's getting better as the set goes on for them. And we see, big damage. Oh, the ground pound is good! And now the 2v1 opportunity against Sweatymeat. There's no way he survives this. There's no way. They miss. Recovery. Oh my God. He has his feet back on the stage, and Ryze SDs. I give up. I literally give up.
Maybe a caster's curse there from slow motion. You can say no way he survives, and then you find a very unfortunate, very early SD onto the side of Ryze. Once again, makes a very early tactical blunder. Slide charge NSIG from across the stage, and the propeller hits her own teammate, but it's okay. It finds the KO anyway. The 2v1 combo into the down sig. We don't get the GCD light, though, which would have confirmed into a recovery off the top. The ground pound's looking so good so far. D-Light into side air on the side of Ryze, and the recovery there. Soul having to get back to the stage. This is complete pandemonium here as Soul still on his first stock. Loses it there, and the red team having a very slight stock advantage. Looking for that edge guard under Ryze, though. Sweatymeat gets very aggressive off stage unarmed. Yeah, they were trying to put some damage on him when they had the 2v1 opportunity. Because Ryze is the wild card here on blue team. He needs to stay alive here. 70 damage on that stock. Go ahead and make that 96, but the Sair is going to connect. Weapon throw to the head. Okay, the D-Light connects. Sair is good. Can he get a pogo? Can he get anything? I think he followed up a Sair on Aquatic, actually. I think he got a little more force. That ground pound is going to get the job done. And we're seeing a bit of a rally here from a blue team as Ryze is tanking out this last stock and getting some really good damage off of it. And we see Sweatymeat just fall down there, trying to give him teammate a little bit of space there, landing right back down, picking up a weapon with the axe online. The side air does find its mark onto Ryze. Ryze having to play so smart, because as much as it's great your teammate has an extra stock, if you get KO'd, that 2v1 becomes close to impossible. Ryze, where are we going? He makes it back to the wall, trying to flip it with the side of there. Aquatic getting a recovery onto his teammate. Soul needs to start creating some space for his teammate right now, because it will look really bad really fast if it's a 2v1. Yeah, he needs to keep Ryze conscious, and he needs, that's literally top priority. Ryze, though, coming out with the bow, trying to make something shake loose here. The weapon throw down. He's going to retreat to the other side of the stage. He does get there. Sweatymeat, he was there for the edge guard, but swap back over to try and get the 2v1 on Soul. And now the weapon star, as both blue team members do not have a weapon right there. Sorry, a Nair there, unarmed. The Cider does knock Aquatic away very briefly. The unarmed sidelight sends him away as well. The 2v1 onto Sweatymeat, the Nair into the Cider. The Cider doesn't connect. Downstick on his own teammate, the Cider as well. Somehow everybody survives. No, I said it too soon. Bryn's able to get the recovery off the top onto Soul, but Soul having one extra stock, but now the 2v1 happens, and okay, this is, you know.
This is actually really doable.
This is very doable. This is not impossible. This would not be the biggest comeback ever, but it would still be a big one for sure.
A little red team damage there off the side of the stage. Soul, though, reaching with the Nair, can't find anything, comes down, tries to get the fadeaway dare, coming back down the stage. Sweatymeat gonna step up unarmed. What has he got?
Crazy.
Nothing. The movement is absolutely insane off this Olgrim right now. The fadeaway Sarah misses.
No.
He threw the neutral sig out, and there was not a very big punish off of that, but it could have been nasty. Weapon throw out. Okay, now we have Sweatymeat completely unarmed. Soul, D-sig. Oh, the top 45 did not have enough force.
A Cider KOs both of the red team members. They know that. They need to avoid that, but here's the big team combo. Can you find the extension into the Fool? The GC NSIG. It doesn't KO off the top. Soul with the weapon toss, getting one more chance at life. Unarmed Cider.
He's got to knock one of them out, and he's got to do it right now.
Oh, T-Light recovery.
He almost let him knock themselves out. Can he get a recovery on Sweaty? No, he comes back down. He's looking for that weapon, but he's having a hard time finding one. This looked very doable for him at the beginning of this. That Sarah makes it so much better. Weapon throw out.
Toss. Is it enough GCD light? Into the Nair. He doesn't even go for the ground pound. Soul clutches the 2v1 and takes the set, moving 3-0 forward, taking the win out of the red team sails. Oh my goodness.
Can I see that final stock? I looked away because I jumped. Like, did that knock off the top 45?
It did.
Wow.
That was, I don't even know what, that's like the darkest red that maybe anyone's ever been in on stream, and it's able to KO from under the stage.
There's no way that knocked out. As soon as he went for